I'm Karma Lee, and my husband and I own Buckwheat Farm. We're just outside of Raleigh, and we have 2.6 acres of strawberries. So what I wanted to do to start with is to share what we normally did at our farm over the last 22 years. So normally we would host up to 3 school groups every day, Monday through Friday, from mid-April to mid-May. And we would also deliver strawberries to businesses and restaurants 5 days a week. We would normally have barbecue pork sandwiches, hot dogs, and chicken wings every Saturday and Sunday. Normally, we would have our own homemade ice cream that we churn here at the farm using locally grown produce. Normally, we would let customers bring a container from home to pick their strawberries into. We didn't care if it was a bowl, a bucket, a box, a basket, whatever they wanted to pick their strawberries into. We would weigh it, take the tare weight, then weigh it again after they picked, and then charge for berries by the pound. Normally, we would have customers come inside of our stand to weigh their berries and buy ice cream, jams, jellies, beeswax candles, whatever produce we had was all inside the store. What we wanted was for people to come to our farm, pick their strawberries, visit the animals, stay for lunch, have some ice cream, just hang out and enjoy our farm. But not this year. All of that has changed. Everything's changed. Nothing is the same at all this year. So for obvious reasons, we canceled all of our school field trips this year. All of our company picnics that we've normally hosted for years have all been canceled. So that's a lot of lost revenue to our farm. All the businesses that we normally deliver to, that included banks, doctor's offices, front offices at the area schools, all the restaurants, everything's closed. So all of our deliveries have stopped as well. So we haven't delivered one single order of strawberries at all this year. We also decided not to serve any food items at all on the farm this year. The barbecue pork sandwiches, hot dogs, chicken wings, ice cream, that's not happening at all this year, mainly because we did not want to be dealing with all the trash that people would be disposing of and putting ourselves at more risk by contacting all those types of disposed items that people would be leaving behind here at the farm. So all the revenue from the ice cream sales it's gone. That's just not anything that we're going to be able to do this year. We even took away all the picnic tables that we had. We had a beautiful picnic area in the shade. People would just sit on the picnic tables and relax, enjoy being out in the fresh air. We took all of our picnic tables away. I had some photo op boards that kids would stick their faces in and parents would take pictures of their kids. We took all of those down because we didn't want any high contact areas like that still here. We just wanted to reduce a lot of the contact that we were having with each customer this year. So all of it's changed and it seems so foreign to me, but actually it's actually worked out pretty well for us for this year. We also decided we did need to reduce contact with every customer. So this year, we're not letting customers bring their own containers from home. We're providing all the picking containers that people pick into. So they can either pick in these 4-quart baskets that are shown here on this particular screen. We charge $4 for a 1-quart basket for pick your own, or they can pay $14 for a 4-quart basket for pick your own. And we're not offering any discounts at all. If people want to pick a partial container, that's up to them, but they are going to pay the full price, $4 or $14 up front. And then they pay that before they ever go out into the field because we're not weighing anything at all anymore. We are encouraging people to use their credit cards over cash. If we have to handle cash, we're wearing gloves. We're using hand sanitizer after every contact that we have with cash. In fact, Yesterday, we received a $5 bill and it had this stamp in the corner. And I said to my son-in-law, what does that mean? And he said, that means that that dollar bill has gone through a foreign currency exchange. And so you never know where that dollar bill had been. So we had on gloves, we sanitized it, we pulled it out of the mix and put it off to the side. So you just can't be too careful handling cash this year. So we also purchased a chip reader. We use Square to process all of our credit cards, so we purchased a new chip reader. So we want customers to use their credit card this year. They just slide their credit card chip into the machine without touching the machine, and then they're done. So we really don't want to be handling any cash. We don't want to handle their credit cards. We're trying to make everything touchless this year. We even started a new online store this year. I never dreamed in my wildest dreams that Buckwheat Farm would have an online store. We're only 2.6 acres of strawberries. I thought the online store is something reserved for big farms, but it's actually worked out very well. It's probably been one of the best things we could have ever done, was to start this online store. Customers really like using it. They comment on how easy it is to use the online store. I think it's because people are so accustomed to ordering anything you want, you can get online. So why not get their strawberries online too? And that's been the mindset of people. So we put a link to our online store on our website and also our Facebook page. So people have found our new online store and they're using it. They can purchase their pick your own baskets on the store. They can pick your own quarts, their jams, their jellies, their honeys, their pre-picked strawberries by the flat or by the quart. All that can be purchased on our online store, so they can prepay for that at home. And then when they get here, all they have to do is give us their name. We click them off the order, hand them what they paid for, and they are on their merry little way. So it's just been very convenient for them, very convenient for us. It works out great as long as we have internet system. There's a lot of construction around here, so twice they've cut through the cable and we've lost internet, but we've still managed to make it work. And so I think if anybody ever considered an online store, this might be the year to put that into action at their farm as well. On the online store, as far as the baskets, when we put the baskets for pre-purchase on the online store, we also added time slots so that people could come. We're open from 9 in the morning to 6 in the evening. So people can come from 9 to 10:30 is one time slot. And from 10:30 to noon is the next time slot, noon to 3 or 3 to 6. And by doing this, it does help kind of spread out how many people are here at our farm at one time, which I think is very important to a lot of people. They don't like to go somewhere that seems overcrowded. We have 56 rows in our field, so if we offer 30 baskets for each time slot, that seems to work out pretty well because it doesn't take anybody an hour and a half to fill their basket. So they go out and pick, and then their row is empty. So then the group can come in. And then even with that, having 30 times baskets for each time slot, we can still accommodate people who just walk in because not everybody knows we have an online store. Not everybody goes to their computer or Facebook to see that we have that. So we can still accommodate people that just come in and say they want to pick strawberries. So this picture here shows 3 families. They all paid for their baskets and used their time slot. So they're all here at the same time, but because of the way we have the field set up, it spreads everybody out. Let's see, the other thing is that we don't have our sales inside the store anymore. We moved everything out under a lean-to, so it's in the open air. And we put plexiglass around our lean-to outside stand. So we're standing behind plexiglass, the customers on the other side. So our counter's 4 feet wide. We're standing a foot back, the distance between us and our customers. Plus we have the plexiglass between us and them. So I think people appreciate that we've taken that extra effort to keep the social distance and also to have the plexiglass barrier. And then anytime that we do have to step outside the plexiglass, everybody's got their face mask on. And then anytime we're handling cash, then we're either sanitizing our hands or using gloves. So when people come in to check out, or check in rather, we take their payment, and because everything's paid for up front, we hand them their picking containers, and then we instruct them to go to a hand washing station. We always just had one hand washing station. That was sufficient. This year, we've blown it out to 6 hand washing stations, and we've got all touchless soap dispensers for each hand washing station. So everybody, before they go out into the field, they either go wash their hands or they use hand sanitizer. And then see the dots on the ends of the rows. This was an idea that I came up with, and I think some other farms are doing that too. So see the yellow dots spray painted at the end of the row. So the yellow dots are spray painted in the aisles. So every other row is spray painted with yellow dots, and then every other row is spray painted with blue dots. So one day, all the customers go down the yellow dot rows to pick, and then the next day, the customers go down the blue dot rows to pick. So if everyone today was on the yellow dot row, then everyone that was out in the field picking was 10 feet apart from any other person or any other family group out in the field. So that's what that other picture showing, that there were people on one row and then an empty row, and then people on the next row, and then there was an empty row. So that was another idea we came up with to social distance. And I think that people have really appreciated that we've made that extra effort to keep other people away from their family and their family members. And believe it or not, if you tell people to go down a yellow dot row, by golly, they do not go down the blue row that day. And so I think that it's worked out very, very well. So then the one other thing that we did do this year, we added a drive-through. So if people order there's the plexiglass around our farm stand. Might be a little hard to see, but it goes all the way down the side and across the front. The plexiglass shows that it's far enough off the counter space, just far enough to hand the baskets out to the customers, or their quart baskets, or to have them be able to slide their hand under there to use the chip reader. And I wouldn't make it any higher than that, because that's all the distance that you really need. Otherwise, the plexiglass is there to protect us from customers and customers from us. So that works out very well. So then with our drive-through that we offer, if people order pre-picked berries, they just drive around our little farm stand. They stop here where the little gate is. We get their name. Here's my son-in-law, Chris. They just drive around the building. They stop at the lean-to where the gate is. We ask their name and look at their order, and then have them pop their trunk open. We put their order in the trunk because it's already paid for, and they are on their merry little way. So no cash exchange, no credit cards of theirs are handled, and it's very convenient for them, and people have loved it. These are signs here that the North Carolina Strawberry Association offers. I think they're like $18 a piece. We have those posted at our stand to encourage people to go use our hand washing stations. Let's see. I don't know what other slides you have there. 6 feet apart. So if people are waiting to check in It's been beautiful, Patrick. People are very responsible about staying 6 feet away from other people in line. If you've got a line 100 feet long, you will see that groups are standing together and they leave 6 feet between themselves and the next group. And I think that's a wonderful thing, that people are being respectful of other people. I just want to say we have lost a lot of revenue this year because we haven't been able to host school groups. We decided not to have our ice cream sales, but I think we've also gained a lot of revenue because we've brought in a whole new group of people who are using our online store. We've been here 22 years and I've seen people this year we have never seen before. Yeah, I have to wonder where they've been all my life, but anyway, they found us this year and do their kids in schools. They've discovered strawberry picking is a wonderful way to spend some time with their kids, and it's a good activity. We're just thankful that agriculture was deemed an essential business and that we have been able to be open for customers this year. This last screen just shows us a shot of our online store, showing how we split up the time of day and how we offer baskets for each block of time. And people can go on the online store and sign up for a time of day to come and pick their berries. And it's worked out very well so that everybody's not showing up at 10 o'clock, everybody's not showing up right at noon. It's spread the number of customers here at the farm out throughout the day.
Oh.
So that's about all I had to say. I think I've talked long enough.
Oh.
All right, thank you very much, Karma. Do we have any questions in the chat, Lauren?
Yeah, so I had a question here. The online store and schedule, is it through the Square app? So do you do your store and your schedule through the Square app? And is it what's the level of difficulty to get the scheduling set up?
It is all through the Square app. Square is what we do our credit cards through. So it's through the Square app, and then the setup is somehow through a company called Weebly, W-E-E-B-L-Y, but it's all tied in together. And we found out about this and how simple it really is through Debbie Roos. Debbie Roos, R-O-O-S, and she is a county extension agent in Chatham County, North Carolina. She did several webinars, and I think that she did put together a webinar that you can watch at any time. She did several of them live so people could ask questions, but I think she finally did do one where you can just go and click on it and watch it. But it was, well, I say it's easy. I don't do computer stuff. My daughter set it all up for me, but she said it was very easy to follow. We did our baskets and all our time scheduling there on that app. It's all right there together. I don't have to answer, the phone or anything. People just sign up for when they want to come. And if they, if the baby sleeps late, and is sleeping and you were supposed to be here between 12 and 3 and you come at 3:20, I don't care. You can come at 3:20. You still already prepaid for your bucket, and you just come that day when it's convenient for you. So it's all very flexible and very convenient.
Do you ask your customers to wear masks?
We don't, but I am surprised at the number of people who do. I would say more people have on masks than don't. We don't ask them to because they are in an open air situation, and if they're 6 feet apart while they're standing in line to check in, and then from there they go out into the field and they're 10 feet away from other families, I think that they're fine. So we don't require that here.
I had another question. Does Square get a percentage of the sale, or do you just pay a fixed fee?
They get a percentage of each sale. And the website, the online store itself it's free. It's got its glitches. It's not the most perfect thing, but it's a good starting point for us. You can pay to upgrade things on it, of course, but they get a percentage of every sale, but that's even if you weren't using an online store, if you run credit cards, they're going to get a percentage of each sale anyway, but it's not an additional percent because we're using the online store.